Hello there.
We're back.
We are back.
It was foretold that we would be here. Our long-awaited meeting
That's a quote
has come at last.
from Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah. Anyway, hi everybody.
We're back.
It's been a hot minute since
been
at least 2 months.
2-3 months.
Probably 3 months.
Probably 3, I think.
What a wild time we're living in
It is
right now.
crazy.
It's crazy. So obviously everybody out there knows the whole coronavirus situation has really put a damper on the podcast.
Yeah.
Especially we've been horrendously affected by it.
Very.
It's really just
horrendously.
It's got our spirits down, and it's. But hey, look at us.
We're back.
Who would have thought?
Not me.
Not me. So yeah. Anyway, the set. If you're watching the video podcast on YouTube right now, the set obviously looks different because we got kicked off campus. So.
And we're in my basement
We're
now.
now in Noah's basement instead of our apartment. So.
And there's not a whole lot of room for props, so this is what we got.
We're making do with what we can.
We're making
here.
do right now.
So anyway, this is live at the Cantina. You probably know that. I'm Kevin.
I'm Noah.
But there might be some new people watching because
Yeah,
I've had
be.
a little bit of what I would call TikTok fame over the past few weeks, and I'm bringing in some new people.
Yeah, he is. I can't lie.
So if you're here from TikTok, let us know in the comments. We appreciate you for listening. Hopefully, stick around and enjoy what we do. So anyway, that being said, follow me on TikTok at Kev20_.
Yeah.
Let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
There has been a plethora of Star Wars content and news that has happened in these past 3 months that we haven't been able to talk
Yeah.
about.
The last thing we talked about was just us talking about the Clone Wars
Mhm,
before we watched the first episode.
That was when the first
and we talked
episode
about that,
came out.
and
Yep.
that was it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a while.
It has been a while. So let's talk about the Clone Wars. So that
Yeah.
first arc of episodes, the Bad Batch.
Yeah,
Give me your thoughts on that.
it was pretty all right. I liked the Bad Batch. The first 2 episodes were pretty good. They were actually really good.
Mhm.
And then it kind of felt like it was kind of okay. I like them, but it's kind of going on a little bit. Like maybe if we had like a break in between, it wouldn't feel too draggy. But I mean, it was okay. I liked the ending of it with Echo coming back, but at the same time, was there really a point to bring him back?
I don't know. I feel like what they might do is a little down the line, maybe do a comic series or something with the
Yeah, I
Bad
could
Batch
see
and have
that.
Echo in it. But other than that, I don't know. Just probably because he was just a fan favorite. And
Yeah, no,
You know how the
definitely.
Clone Wars loves
Yeah,
reviving
just bringing
fan
people back.
favorites. We'll get to that in a bit. But anyway, I think the Bad Batch arc should have only been 3 episodes instead of 4.
No, I agree.
I think 4. By the time the 4th episode, even kind of the 3rd episode, it was kind of just like, all right, we've seen it. Let's move on. Let's get on to something else.
Yeah.
But in comparison to the next arc, the Bad Batch was amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
So the next arc of the Clone Wars is Ahsoka and the Martez sisters. And if you don't even want to talk about it, I'd be fine with that.
We gotta talk about it.
Okay.
But a lot of people are saying they're filler episodes.
100%.
The filler arc of
It is the filler. And it's just so disappointing when you look back at those other unfinished episodes, like with Boba Fett, and there's one with Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And instead of that, we got these waste of 4 episodes.
Yeah, that you could definitely
Which-
tell was created by Disney because it had a lot more rebel vibes. And
Yeah. And it's just like it went on for unnecessarily long.
Yeah.
You literally, I was thinking about it. I was thinking how you could fit every plot point of that entire arc and put it in the one episode, and you could.
Yeah, no,
You could
you
squeeze that in
definitely
20 minutes. The 3rd episode, they literally start out in a prison cell, they get out, but then they end up back in the prison
The
cell.
3rd episode was literally
It's-
nothing. There was no point to it at all.
What is the point? There is no
It was-
point, dude. It's just, and it was frustrating. And I think a lot of the characters in that arc were just super unlikable. You didn't really care for them at all.
And I did when that part was going on for the show, I wasn't like excited to watch it. I was like,
No.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
let's watch
because
this now.
when the Bad Batch, because we got kicked out of school, like, was it episode 2 of the Bad Batch or episode 3?
2 or 3.
And I was every Friday. I remember being at home every Friday that the Bad Batch came out. I'd watch it right away. But with the Martez sisters arc, it took me a couple of days to even watch some of the episodes.
Honestly, same.
I wasn't into it, and It's frustrating, and the community for the most part is on the same page.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody really likes
No.
these episodes. So it's just disappointing. And
The only thing I liked about these episodes was Ahsoka's jumpsuit. That's it. I don't know why. I just really like the jumpsuit. Like, oh, I like that. That's cool. But that's it. Like, everything else was terrible.
Well, we did get one cool moment out of this arc was when they were flying up past the Venator Star Destroyer that Anakin was on, and then they had that like Force sense moment, which paralleled Vader and Luke from Return of the Jedi.
That was cool. But at the same time, I thought it was really dumb. Like, what are you doing? Like, you can't just fly right into Republic airspace like that. Like, how do you, like, oh, you're talking about, oh, I'm this big pilot, I love my ship and all this stuff, and then you don't know how to fly, you don't have a flying license. Like,
they don't know. What? Dude, I don't even know.
It doesn't make any sense. And just the whole thing with her, like, saying, you're not taking my ship, and then she just drops a spice in the middle of hyperspace. Like, what are you doing?
They were some of the dumbest characters I think we've ever seen in Star Wars.
They're so dumb.
Not good. They weren't
that
so
great.
After we suffered through those 4 episodes, we get the Siege of Mandalore.
There we go.
The most hyped arc of the Clone Wars there's ever been, and they did not disappoint.
No, you could tell they put all their effort into that.
It's crazy. Even just with the animation, you could tell that these 4 episodes are way better quality than everything else, and they really did put all their effort into these 4 episodes. I mean, even right away when you click on the episode, you don't get that classic Clone Wars intro.
Yeah.
You get the classic Star Wars music.
Right.
It says The Siege of Mandalore Part 1. It was, so even then you knew you were in for something.
Yeah, I loved how they had that all set up like that. It's literally like a movie. You can just sit down and watch it all straight through.
I wish they would release it
as a movie. Yeah.
Like with no interruption between the episodes.
That'd be
just
awesome.
Continuous.
That'd be so awesome.
That would be really cool to see. So they start out they're in some war. It's Anakin with his 212th and Obi-Wan with his 212th.
Yeah.
There we go. Sorry, it's been a while, fellas. And then they're fighting some droids, and then Anakin walks up, so chill and nonchalant, doesn't even care, just dodging blaster bolts as they're whizzing past his head. And then he walks up to the droids, completely paralleling Luke from The Last Jedi when he faced up against the First Order.
Oh yeah.
I like that. That was a very
I didn't
obvious.
think about it like that.
Really?
Yeah.
That was the first thing I thought about.
Yeah, I did not think
like
about
father,
that.
like son. And then he's got Rex and the 501st waiting under the bridge like a bunch of bats just hanging upside down. Isn't that a war crime, pretending to surrender? I think it is.
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure Anakin just committed a war crime.
It could be. I mean, that wouldn't be the first. Actually, no, maybe that is the first.
Do war crimes even exist in Star Wars? I don't know.
Yes, they do.
Anyway, so we get a cool fight sequence there with jetpacks and stuff, and then they go back up to the Star Destroyer, and then Ahsoka is on the hologram with Bo-Katan, and then they meet up again, and then Rex had his 501st boys paint their helmets.
Yeah,
became the 332nd. And then Anakin gives Ahsoka her lightsabers back, but he changed the kyber crystals, so they're blue now.
They did.
I like them better.
No, I do too.
The blue,
they look they fit her so much better.
They
look so nice. I mean, that part was so good too, because that was the first time that they've been with each other since she left the Order too. So it's like, oh man, it's happening.
Yeah. They didn't even hug though.
No, they didn't hug. That's sad.
But I mean that it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean I feel like you could tell like Anakin kind of wanted to.
No, yeah, for sure.
But Ahsoka,
he was you could tell he was hurt by the way she was treating him.
Yeah. In
that moment, she was all business.
Oh yeah.
No formalities at all, and she was Anakin that had an impact on Anakin, and as we see, we're moments before he turns to the dark side at this point, which is something I want to talk about. The way they interlapped this arc with Revenge of the Sith.
So good.
So good.
The tie-ins were amazing. It was so great.
Even at the beginning of the first episode, you see that the Jedi are out in the galaxy, and then Plo Koon's in his starfighter, which we know that's where he dies, and then we see Ayla Secura with Commander Bly and the clones on Felucia, which we know that's where she dies. So you know stuff's about to go down, and it's so good. And then in the first episode, Anakin and Obi-Wan get called because Grievous kidnapped the Chancellor on Coruscant, which we know that's where Revenge of the Sith starts off. So they hop in their starfighters and go there, and that's right where that movie begins. And then, were there any other tie-ins in that first episode?
I don't think there was any more in the first episode. I mean, I don't really remember them by episode. I remember them by a collective.
Yeah, that's fair.
But no, the tie-ins were great though. They were so good.
Yeah, you love to see it. So they go, siege Mandalore as you do.
As you do.
And then at the end of the episode, they run into Darth Maul because he was expecting Kenobi, and why was she there? I don't know.
I don't know.
Rest in peace, not Commander Vaughn, Captain Vaughn. He's gone but not forgotten.
Yeah.
Do you know who he is?
I vaguely remember.
He's the cool clone.
Yeah.
From the 332nd. So that's the end of episode 1. Episode 2 is probably the greatest episode of a television show I've ever seen in my entire life.
Episode 2 was really good.
Darth Maul.
You thought episode 1 was good.
Yeah.
And then you go to 2 and you're like, oh my gosh.
Darth Maul in that episode was probably the best Star Wars villain we've ever seen.
Darth Maul in this whole arc.
Yeah.
The best Darth Maul I've ever seen.
Sam Witwer
villain
doing the voice.
Yeah.
So good. It's crazy. I don't remember exactly. It's been a while since I've watched these episodes, so it's I gotta refresh my memory here. I know that they have a lightsaber fight.
Yeah.
Ahsoka and Maul, which was actually motion captured by Ray Park.
Yeah, I saw that.
The actor who played Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace.
Yeah, that.
Which
really
is like when I was watching that fight for the first time, like, this doesn't look like it's animated. This looks like it's like actual fighting. And then I learned that it was motion capture. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And then the fact that they got Ray Park to do it is even more cool.
Yeah, I'm so glad they got him to do that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So remind me again what happens with the reason Maul wanted Obi-Wan, because he knew that Anakin would be with him, right?
Yeah.
And then because he knew
that Anakin was the key.
Yeah, he knew what was going on.
Yeah. He knew what was going on, but like didn't know the exact details.
Yeah. He knew something was up.
Yeah. But he knew Anakin was the key though. So that's the whole reason why he wanted Obi-Wan, so Anakin would come and then he could take Anakin.
Yeah.
And he wanted to take Anakin so he could go defeat Sidious. You know, it wasn't just, I want Anakin like, blah, blah, blah.
No.
Which is big brain plays.
It is, and it just makes Darth Maul even more complex.
He makes him so good.
Compelling character.
And this is a little bit off topic, but like I just finished Rebels for my second time, and when you go from seeing Darth Maul like that, and then you go watch him in Rebels, it is drastically different.
That's true.
It's so different. But I mean, I guess it's understandable. There's like a big year gap in between Rebels and the Clone Wars, but he's just so good in Clone Wars. It's like,
it's
crazy. Caught me off guard.
And then that's in episode 2. We also Obi-Wan's on the hologram, and he tells Ahsoka that Anakin killed Dooku. Which is another tie-in to episode 3.
I loved that. I love seeing all these moments with Obi-Wan that you didn't see before, and I kind of see his reactions. Like when he said that, he kind of felt like disappointed. You know, he was kind of like, he killed Count Dooku. You know.
Yeah.
He wasn't necessarily happy about it or excited in any way. Yeah. Which is like, oh man, it's so good.
That episode, dude, it was incredible.
It was really good.
So at the end of the episode, Maul gets captured, and then they take him up to the Venator class Star Destroyer, and they're going back to Coruscant. They don't make it to Coruscant.
No,
they don't make it to Coruscant. So episode 3 of the arc, a little executive order titled, what was it? What's the number? 666?
I don't remember. Such a small detail.
Yeah, we don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, Papa Palps calls for Order 66.
I hate that part. so much.
Yeah.
Because you know exactly what's happening. You
Mhm.
know, it has Ahsoka and Rex on the bridge, and then some guy's like, "Hey, there's orders coming in." You know?
Yeah, and you're just like,
You're
Rex, don't go
Rex,
back there.
Don't
go
go
back
around, dude. Rex, no.
there. Yeah, and then but even before that, Rex and Ahsoka are having a really like heartwarming conversation.
Yeah.
And it's like, from when they go to that to when Rex gets called back for the order, you just your heart dropped because
Yeah,
you knew what was
it's
going to
bad.
happen. So then anyway, he says yes, Lord Sidious, and then but he's hesitant.
His gun is shaky.
You can tell he's got some strength the whole
he's
back.
Fighting.
Which is just adds more to Rex's character and proves why he's the best clone.
Yeah,
I think.
and he's not just a clone. You know, he's a person.
Yeah.
He doesn't just blindly follow orders.
Yeah, but eventually, I mean, his programming makes him shoot at Ahsoka. She blocks a bunch of bolts and then escapes.
I mean, that whole part though is with him saying like, "Go find Echo," or
I
Echo
didn't.
Fives.
Yeah, I didn't even.
He's like, "Find Fives," you know, and him like just
because
shaking.
he knew about Fives and how Fives knew about the chips.
And it's
so good.
It's so
Which
good.
is, I think it's interesting too, because we've known that Rex removed his chip from Rebels and
we've
stuff.
known that for years.
So we've all just assumed that he never carried out the order.
Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I thought he wasn't gonna hear it, but all the other clones
We
were.
thought-
and then
I thought he would have removed it before the order got carried out, but he didn't, and he tried to kill Ahsoka.
yeah,
which is just
that's not
crazy.
what I was expecting.
Yeah, but the fact that he knew that Fives knew about the inhibitor chips, and he had the strength in that moment to tell Ahsoka that, it's so good. So anyway, Ahsoka meets up with her old R2 unit. Do you know the name of that droid? Her droid?
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't know. It's Ahsoka's R2 droid.
Yeah.
A couple other droids, and they find like Fives' file or something about the inhibitor chips, and then so now she knows about it. So they set up a plan to capture Rex and remove his, and they do. And then so he wakes up, and the clones are coming.
Yeah.
And he's still like shaky and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, even when that part where she puts Rex down and like goes in there, and then she's like fighting them off, and then he like kind of goes to raise up and has his blaster, and I clearly he's not going to shoot Ahsoka, but I was so into that episode. I was like, oh my gosh, don't do it. And then, he like shoots the clone. You're like, oh gosh, know, it's out now. And like that whole part was just so intense.
Yeah. And then he tells Ahsoka that it's the whole army of the Republic.
Yeah.
That's going on. And you just, man, this episode is wild. Dude.
Yeah.
It's wild.
The whole arc is goosebumps. And then the last 2 episodes basically just constant tears.
Yeah, especially the last episode.
Especially the last one.
My God.
Yeah, the last one is just all right.
So anyway, episode 3, Ahsoka let Maul out of his little box.
Oh yeah, to make a distraction.
And he went sicko mode.
He
on
did.
some...
He didn't even use any guns or anything. He was just taking the plating off of the halls and just.
It was very similar to Vader's hallway scene in Rogue One. He's just walking down the hallway, absolutely destroying.
Yeah.
And it was, dude, it's insane.
It was so good.
But it's so fun to watch.
Yeah, that was really
Rest in
nice.
peace, Ridge, though. Ridge died in that hallway. Clone Trooper Ridge.
Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me about
from
this.
the Clone Wars movie, who had his static in his comm link, so he knocked down his helmet.
Yeah.
He made it through the whole war, basically.
The whole war.
Until it just got absolutely obliterated by Darth Maul.
Hey, I would rather him do that than turn bad.
That's true.
I mean, he turned bad, but...
He died a hero.
He died a hero.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
So we move on to episode 4, and it's Rex and Ahsoka and the droids trying to get away, but they're on a Star Destroyer. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
There are clones everywhere, locking the ship down, so they're having some trouble escaping. So they're trying to come up with a plan, and I remember there's one scene where Rex and Ahsoka are talking, and Rex is like, what was he talking about? You know what?
I know what scene you're talking about, but I think he was talking about how they're gonna kill us, no matter what.
So we have to do whatever we can.
We have to do what we can do, and Ahsoka's like, no, we're not doing it.
And then she takes off his helmet, and Rex is crying.
He's got a single
He's got
tear.
tears. If Rex crying doesn't make you sad, I don't
Rex
know what's
crying
wrong
doesn't
with
make
you.
you cry. I don't. There's something wrong with you.
It's
That
oh,
was. Oh
that was
my
a pain
gosh.
I haven't felt
Yeah, that was hard.
in a while, and
That was
it's
terrible.
just it's you can see how torn apart he is about everything,
Oh yeah,
and it's heartbreaking.
it is.
It
And
is.
especially when one of the clones that are like in charge now is Jesse,
Yeah,
like one of his friends since the beginning, basically. Like that's not.
I always
okay.
liked Jesse too.
Yeah, so did I.
He's
I've
got
always
some
liked
sick
Jesse.
ARC Trooper armor, that all
Yeah.
blue basically.
Mhm.
And yeah, he's not one for saving
No
people.
No,
I don't know where I'm going with this.
He's programmed. He's gonna
Yeah.
kill.
Uh-huh.
Like every other.
So anyway, they come up with a plan. Rex pretends to take Ahsoka prisoner, and then he tries. I mean, there's a whole bunch of clones, like staring at him,
Yeah.
guns drawn. And he tries to convince them that like, well, Ahsoka's not technically a Jedi anymore, so we don't have to kill her.
Yeah.
Which was a compelling argument.
I've seen a lot of memes about that now. Like Ahsoka's not actually a Jedi, so
Yeah.
you don't have to kill her. It's like okay.
Yeah. But Jesse wasn't falling for it,
No.
and all hell breaks loose.
I really like that conversation he has though with him, trying to convince him, especially when he's like, we have to make sure we get, like Rex is saying, we have to make sure we get this right, you know,
Yeah.
because if we kill her and we're not supposed to, like blah blah
Mhm.
blah, and I don't know, that whole conversation is just like really intense.
Hmm. And then Jesse accuses them both of treason
Mm-hmm.
and tells them they're gonna die.
And Captain Rex got demoted back to captain because he was a commander.
Yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
then he got demoted back to captain. He's like, I didn't like being a commander anyways, or I
Yeah.
like being a captain better, which I really like that part.
Yeah. And then they do the shooty.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's going crazy. Eventually, the ship crashes. Because, you know, that's what happens during Order 66 when you're on a Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
We've seen it before. So, I'm trying... Is there anything that happens in between... Well, because most of the episode's just the escape, right?
Yeah, it's basically all this action
Mhm.
sequence, and then them escape and get into his ship, and then
Mhm.
you know Ahsoka's trying to get on it. And
Yeah. Well, we know that Darth Maul escapes
yeah,
He
he
dips
escapes. He gets in that
by
ship
himself.
and
Mhm.
flies away.
And then Ahsoka and Rex do some parkour.
Yeah, get into that
Was it a... It was a Y-wing, wasn't it?
Y-wing. Yeah,
Yeah. The droids are dead.
yeah.
They got
get
they got
shot
brutally
down.
murdered. It was kind of hard to watch.
Yeah, I was like, oh jeez,
It was
like
a
you go
little
over the
overkill.
Like
Yeah.
I mean, you know they're probably gonna die anyways because the ship's crashing, but it's like,
Yeah. It was
all right.
rough. So they crash land on the planet, and then this is when the episode just puts a knife in your heart.
yeah,
All the clones are dead for actually all of them are dead except for
Yeah.
Rex, and then Ahsoka takes all the helmets on sticks,
Mhm.
puts them on sticks, and then buries her lightsaber
yeah.
along with it, which we get to see in a bit. So
Well, she doesn't even really bury it. She just kind of drops it, and it gets buried later on.
yeah, it's been a while since
Yeah.
I've seen it. So, so some time passes, and it's winter time on whatever planet they're on, and it's not the Grand Army of the Republic anymore. It's the Galactic Empire.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to see snowtroopers and stormtroopers in Clone Wars animation, which was really cool.
And
I thought.
Vader.
And Vader.
Vader looks so good.
He
in
does.
The Clone Wars animation, like Rebels Vader, nah, dude. Clone Wars Vader,
Yeah.
heck yeah. Oh, he's so good.
So he walks up and he sees. He picks up Ahsoka's lightsaber.
Yeah.
And then he ignites it, and there's that wide shot of him just holding the blue lightsaber.
Mhm.
That was a shot, dude.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a shot, and
That whole thing was good.
and then he looks up at the sky, and you can see his eyes like through his
Mhm,
mask,
yeah.
and they're blue, not yellow, which I think was interesting. And then you see that bird. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It was like the one that was always with Ahsoka,
yeah,
hovering over it, which was just, man, dude, it was some good.
it was really good.
And then the last shot is Vader walking away, but you see it through the eyes through the reflection of a 332nd helmet.
Yeah.
And that's the last shot of the Clone Wars. And I just think that is the most hauntingly beautiful way to end
Oh
that
no,
show.
it is. It's so good, and you don't see. This is the big thing I have with the Clone Wars is we're so excited that we got these 12 episodes, and then it ends. You're like, I don't want it to
Yeah.
end. But we got the proper ending we wanted. This is what we've been asking for years, but I don't want it to end. I want to see
No,
more.
I know. Especially after that
especially
last
after
arc,
that,
dude,
you're like, come on.
what a way to end the show, though.
That
I
was
mean,
such a
we
good
grew up
way.
on this show.
Yeah.
You would literally come over after elementary school, and we watched it on Friday
Yeah,
nights, and it's just...
I've seen the Clone Wars at least like 6 times, like,
Yeah.
completely through.
I have been rewatching it a lot, too,
I've
lately.
seen it so many times. Like, like...
It's sad that it's over, but it's a bittersweet feeling.
Yeah, it's a bittersweet.
When they end it like that, you can't be mad.
No, you can't.
It's just disappointing that we got the Martez arc instead of, seeing how Boba Fett got his dent in his helmet or whatever. But I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is, and there's nothing we can do about it. So
yeah, I wish they wrapped up a little bit more with some of the characters.
Mhm.
Like, I wish we got the Boba Fett arc, because I think Cad Bane was supposed to be in that unfinished thing. I wanted to see Cad Bane again. I want to know what happens to Cad Bane.
Yeah.
And that just would have been nicer.
I wish, and I know you've talked about this before, I wish we would have seen Anakin and Obi-Wan actually hop in their starfighters.
Yeah.
And leave the Star Destroyer.
Yeah, that would have been
that would have been cool. But I mean, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
With all the other tie-ins we got, I'm fine with it.
I wasn't. I guess I should have been expecting this, but with the tie-ins, I wasn't expecting how fast Revenge of the Fist was going by as we were watching it. Because, I mean, the last 2 episodes are all just after Order 66. And when you watch those first 2, you're like, oh my gosh, we're already at this part in the movie? Like, holy crap.
Yeah.
But the tie-ins were just so good, though. They were so good.
I think by far that's the best arc of the Clone Wars.
Yeah, honestly, it might be. Like,
I mean, Umbara and the first Mandalore arc are good. But, I mean, that was incredible television.
No, it was really, like, even without taking it from the fact that, it's tying in with Revenge of the Sith and all that, just an arc by itself, just the story and how the characters interact and everything, the fight sequences.
I mean, like we said, you could put all these episodes back to back and it'd be a movie.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think it's some of the best Star Wars we've ever seen.
Yeah. Hands down. It's very good.
Yeah. It was incredible.
It was so good.
So that's the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
After many years, it's
bittersweet.
It's over.
But I'm glad we got it, though, especially for the fact that just wrapping it up. Because when you look at what we had at the end of season 6 with that like Yoda arc and him trying to become a Force ghost and all that, and it ends right there, that's terrible.
Not a good ending.
It's a terrible ending.
There's no closure.
It doesn't wrap anything. There's no closure. Yeah. So actually getting that closure and actually seeing, because we knew what happened to Rex and Ahsoka and all of them, and from Rebels, so actually seeing kind of that progression towards that makes it so much better.
Thank you, Dave Filoni.
Yes.
We are beyond grateful for what you have done for us.
It was so good.
Speaking of Dave Filoni, he works on another little Star Wars show. You might have heard of it. It's called The Mandalorian.
I don't know if I have heard of it.
It's
It's something.
It's something. Anyway. Lately on Disney Plus, they have been releasing a documentary series about the behind the scenes of how they make it, or how they made it. I've seen I think there's 4 episodes out already. They release them every Friday. I've seen them all so far, and it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I've been slacking. I haven't seen them yet.
Well, for me, especially because I'm a film major.
Yeah.
And I, as you know, if you don't know, if you're listening to this, I'm a film major. I'm gonna make sure you know that.
Yes, you will.
But just seeing. The last episode was about the technology they used, and it's insane. Literally, they don't use green screens. You know what they use? They use like a giant, almost 360 degrees video wall. It's like they actually show like what is going to be on the screen on this video wall, and they can move the video with the camera so it looks seamless and like you're actually moving. It's incredible.
That sounds intense.
Yeah, and it's on the ceiling too. So like for the Razor Crest, like physically, there's only the bottom half of it.
Yeah.
And whenever you see the top half, that's video screen. You got to watch that episode.
Yeah,
dude.
no, I definitely have to watch that.
I was blown away by the technology.
I mean, I'm gonna watch all of them.
Yeah.
Haven't done it yet.
Insane. I was mesmerized by what they can do with all this technology. It's insane. I mean, from going, it's just crazy to think about the progression. Like for the original Star Wars, they were using little models.
Yeah.
And but now they got a literal video set
Yeah.
and it's insane.
Yeah, that's not that. I have to watch that now.
It's definitely a worth the watch, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I always love seeing behind the scenes stuff. I always have, and it's just seeing it for Star Wars is just super cool.
Yeah, no, I love seeing the behind the scenes stuff for Star Wars. I've watched a couple of documentaries on like the making of some of the movies.
So they do another episode about like the directors and stuff, and they get to talk about it, and then they do another episode with the cast, and then like they talk about like the impacts of Star Wars in a different episode. It's definitely worth the watch, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on with Mandalorian news, we're gonna get into some spoiler territory here. So if you don't want anything about the Mandalorian season 2 spoiled for you, click off this video or stop listening, but come back later because we're not.
Yeah, we
won't
done
talk
yet.
about it for long.
Yeah, it will be a couple minutes.
Yeah. So we mentioned earlier in the podcast that Star Wars loves bringing back fan favorites, and that seems to be the case here. So I'm excited.
I am, but I'm disappointed at the same time.
Well,
because I'll tell you why I'm disappointed in a second. But keep going.
So it's rumored, not confirmed, heavily rumored from some credible sources that Boba Fett's back. And we kind of knew this from episode 5 at the very end.
Yeah.
When he was walking up towards that body, because it was the same sound he made in Empire. And like I picked up on that right away. I was like, that's Boba Fett, dude. And so it's rumored that Tamura Morrison, the person who played Jango and all the clones, is going to play Boba Fett, which makes sense because like that's who it is canonically.
No, I wouldn't want it any other way.
Yeah. But what was I going to say? Yeah, so Boba Fett's back, which I'm hyped.
Yeah.
I love Boba Fett.
Yeah, I like it too.
And I knew he never died. I always believed that he was alive.
And then it's also rumored that he's supposed to play Captain Rex as well.
That'd be interesting.
And I don't know if I also heard and like a clone in general, but I definitely heard Captain Rex.
Yeah.
Which will be very interesting to see, especially, I mean, the timeline wise, it doesn't not make sense.
Yeah. Well, Rex was in the Battle of Endor.
Yeah, and this is only 5 years after Return of the Jedi, so it could work.
Yeah.
He just would be very old.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe clones age differently or something.
They do.
I don't know.
And then also Ahsoka is rumored to be in the season 2, played by Rosario Dawson, which I think it's going to be weird seeing Ahsoka on live action.
So many mixed feelings.
I don't know if I like it.
I love Ahsoka. She's probably if I had to pick a favorite character in the Clone Wars, it's probably Ahsoka. Besides like Captain Rex or something, like one of the clones. But seeing her in live action, not played by the person that voices
Ashley
her.
Eckstein.
Yeah. I don't know if I really want to see that.
It's going to be weird, man.
I don't. And like part of the reason why I'm disappointed they're bringing these characters back is I don't want them to bring them back so they can die. You know what I mean?
I didn't even think about
like
that.
They're
dude.
gonna. Like,
yeah. Why
are they gonna bring him back otherwise?
I mean, because we know Ahsoka's dead by the time of Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
So
you have to kind of kill her. I don't want to see that.
There's
how Rebels ended with Ahsoka was fine. Have you watched all? Do you know
I haven't got to the ending yet. I'm on season 3 still.
Do you know what happens?
I know she's chilling.
Do you want me to say it?
Sure, I don't care.
So, okay, well, this is a big spoiler for the rest of the show.
Okay, well then don't say it.
It's literally the last episode where this happens, though.
Well, if you think it's gonna spoil it for me, then keep your mouth shut, dude. Sorry,
I mean, it kind of spoil. Anything to me is a spoiler.
Okay.
But basically, because how I was saying, something happens in the show, okay, in Rebels, where Ahsoka and another character leave to go find another character, okay.
Okay.
And I was thinking about it last night after I just finished Rebels. Well, if they're bringing Ahsoka back and they're bringing Rex back, they could be bringing back that character that they're trying to find from Rebels too.
It's not Sabine, is it?
No,
because she's rumored to be in it too.
Sabine is with Ahsoka looking for that other character.
Oh, okay.
Though. So they could be trying to go find that other character that got, let's say, lost.
Yeah. Well, just another thing with bringing back characters too is like, what's wrong with the characters you already have? They've built a successful season 1 with brand new characters. I don't think there's any need to bring old characters back.
And like Bo-Katan is
Yeah,
supposed to be
she's
coming back
supposed to be in it too.
Which that's one thing I don't really understand. Why her?
Because she has the dark saber, or she had it before.
She had it, but she doesn't have any more. But like, do people really like her that much? I thought she was okay. I didn't think she was like this.
I don't know.
Awesome.
The only thing I'm
character.
okay with about that is they're actually getting the voice actress to play her in live action because she kind of looks the same.
So yeah, I'm okay with that then.
But
it's still like, why? Like that first season was so good, and you had basically zero tie-ins with any other character.
Yeah.
And then now you're gonna bring every tie-in you possibly can with the next season. It just doesn't.
I just hope that when they bring old characters back, they don't take over the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Keep
afraid
them for
of.
one episode or something, and then just don't make them a big deal.
Yeah, that's.
We have our main
uh-huh.
character. We have our side characters. We don't need old characters to come in and take over.
That's
But
one
we'll
thing I'm
see.
really afraid of.
We will see.
And it's to them dying. I really don't want to see them
Yeah.
dying. How it ended in Rebels with some of those characters was good because there wasn't like this is it's over. It was like, and it continues, but you don't know what happens.
Now that you say that, I wouldn't be surprised if they kill off all these old characters. Because, I mean, that's what they did with the sequels.
If they kill off Ahsoka and Rex, I'm going to go to Dave Filoni and slap him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if he's the one deciding this.
I don't know.
I wouldn't... See, I would say, oh, it's not his decision because Dave Filoni's really good at creating this stuff. But at the same time, I mean, he wrote the Clone Wars. He supervised directing Rebels.
Yeah.
And then he is on Mandalorian. So in Rebels, they brought back a ton of characters. So it wouldn't surprise me if he wants to bring back even more of his characters.
Yeah.
But you better not be killing them.
No.
I'm going to be upset.
So, season 2 of The Mandalorian is supposed to drop in the fall. I think that's still the case.
Yeah, I think
hopefully
so.
they finished filming before the Rona took over the world. So hopefully we still get it in the fall.
Yeah.
I know the Obi-Wan Kenobi show got pushed back.
Yeah.
Which is disappointing, but I mean,
I think that got pushed back because they wanted to shoot better
yeah,
stuff.
I don't think it had to do with the Rona.
Yeah. It wasn't bad pushing back because they wanted to make it good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay with that.
I've heard absolutely nothing on the Cassian show.
I totally forgot that was supposed to be a thing. Yeah, I've heard nothing either.
I'm still not sure why they're doing that. But
I don't know.
We'll see when it comes out, I guess. Is there any other Disney Plus Star Wars news that I can't think of right now?
I don't know. I can't really think of any. Pretty sure
I
that's
can't
like
either.
it.
So anyway,
Well, yeah. Spoilers over.
Spoilers over. How are they gonna know that if they clicked off for spoilers?
If you're trying to find the spot, this is the spot to come back to.
Yeah.
If you don't want spoilers.
Uh-huh. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're only at 38 minutes. We still got a little bit of time.
I just hope my phone. We're recording off my phone.
Yeah,
and
we don't
I've
have
never
the
recorded
camera
a video this
anymore.
long, so I hope it's still record. I have space, but
We should probably get a camera.
yeah, I was looking at some cameras. Honestly, you can get, from what I looked at Amazon, pretty cheap for what I was expecting.
What
You
kind
get
were
this,
you looking
whole kit. I want to say, I don't know if it was what is it, Canon?
Canon.
I don't know if they were. I searched up Canon and this is what came up. I don't know if it was Canon, but it was like this whole 4K UDH. I don't know what the heck it was, but it came with like this whole kit. Had a microphone on it. Had one of those like lights on it. And it was only like $200 I was like,
I don't know
what?
if I trust that.
And the reviews, they said they were pretty all right. So I was like,
That seems
that
really
seems
cheap.
really cheap for a 4K camera.
I don't
know about that
that's
one.
sus, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, being a film major,
You need to
as
get
we
a
all know, I
camera.
need one, dude.
You need one.
And I just
Yeah.
got some unemployment money today,
Yeah.
and I was thinking about it. There's 3 options, and I've already decided on one of the options, what I'm going to do with the money. But there are 3 options. Number 1, get a camera, because I like filmmaking. I'm a film student. I should probably have a camera, right?
Yeah.
Which we could use for the podcast.
Yes.
I'd have plenty of uses for it, right?
Yeah.
Number 2, a Corbanth lightsaber.
I knew that was coming.
So
As soon as
for those
said
of
that
you who
time.
don't know, on TikTok, right, all the Star Wars content creators got lightsabers. Not the cheap Disney Store ones like I have, even though I love my Kylo Ren Disney Store lightsaber, and I will stand by that until the day I die. For $30, you cannot get a better quality toy lightsaber.
I'm honestly surprised by the quality of that.
The only thing I wish is I got the one that had the removable blades, because when we went to the Disney store, they didn't have the one with the removable blades, so I had to settle for the one that doesn't have them, which is a bummer, dude. You want to know why? Because if we had a coffee table right here, right, I could just take the blades. I could just have the hilt on it. But now I can't, because it'd be the full blade, and it'd be in the way, and it's big and stuff. But I mean, for $30, dude, it lights up. It does the whole. It's got LEDs in the blade, so it lights up. It makes the and you know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what I was saying.
I think the person that created the Kyron lights or whatever, it's like their cat's purr. I like read that
like
somewhere.
the sound of it.
The sound. It's
That's
like
cool.
Their cat purring.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Do you know canonically why his lightsaber is like that?
No.
Let me tell you.
Let me tell you, he says.
The Kylo Ren / Ben Solo expert over here. So, when Ben Solo was training under Luke Skywalker, he had that blue lightsaber, right?
Yeah.
Which we see for brief instances in Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, directed by Rian Johnson. Which, by the way, I want to go on record, retcon everything bad I've said about that movie before, because I've watched it a couple times in quarantine, and I can say that is the most intellectually challenging Star Wars movie we've ever seen. Dude, literally, I wish Rian Johnson was still getting his trilogy, which we don't really know at this time, but like, I respect him now. I appreciate him. The Last Jedi is a cinematic masterpiece. If you want to talk to me about it, hit my DMs, okay? Because I have a newfound appreciation for that movie, and it's insane. We're gonna do a whole episode. Eventually on The Last Jedi.
That's the thing that I think is so funny is when that movie came out and up until maybe like a month ago,
2 months and a half, 2 months.
He hated that movie. He despised that movie. You said it was basically the worst Star Wars movie, right?
Yeah. Well, until I actually thought about it.
Yeah.
And rewatched it.
Rewatched it.
I don't get me wrong. I do have problems with the movie. Mostly the Canto Bite sequence and Finn and Rose's side quest that didn't matter. But I mean, even the Leia and Poe stuff, I'm good with. Mm-hmm. But like for Rey and Kylo, the character, it's a very character-driven movie.
Yeah.
And it fleshes out both their characters, and it's so good. Plus the cinematography in that movie, I will stand by. That's really the best shot Star Wars movie out of them all.
I just think it's funny how
I've changed my mind.
Drastically changed.
Yeah.
From like hating it to loving it, basically.
You know how I have a difference between movies and films?
Yeah.
This is Last Jedi is a film.
It's a film.
It's a film.
He's got the film
rated. You heard it here.
KCL Reviews. He rated a film.
I mean, because I still have that friend at Ground Valley that wants to talk about The Last Jedi. Yeah. So when we do that episode, hopefully sometime in the future when we're back, we can do that. But yeah, I'm going on record. I like The Last Jedi. I said it. I will stand by that. Anyway.
I mean, I like The Last Jedi too. I was trying to, before the Rise of Skywalker came out, I was trying to convince you that The Last Jedi wasn't trash.
I've just rethought about it and thought about the different characters and stuff, and a lot about Luke too and stuff. And I like the direction they took him, because it shows that the perfect hero still has flaws.
Exactly.
And
that's why I like about it. The perfect hero
can still make mistakes.
Yeah.
And not everything is, sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like I said, it's intellectually challenging. Mm-hmm. If you think about it, you'll appreciate it.
Yeah.
And stuff. Oh my God, dude! And the other day, like I said, I'm TikTok famous now. And
he's famous.
I'm a Star Wars TikTok creator, and I was talking to this one dude came at me on one of my comments. He's like, he kept claiming that he had facts that The Last Jedi completely ruined Star Wars, and I was like, okay, let me know what these facts are. The dude literally typed out a full essay about why The Last Jedi was factual, that it ruined Star Wars. I didn't even read the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I was like, the fact that you took the time to it was like, I mean, obviously you can't write a full essay in TikTok comments because there's a character limit, but he had at least 15 or 16 comments. Oh my God. And if you put it all together, it'd be a 5-paragraph MLA format essay.
format.
What was I talking about?
I don't
know. Lightsabers. Anyway, sorry, I got off track. Last Jedi episode coming soon. We I know what you're about to say with that too. It's just lightsabers. Okay, so I have the Disney Store Kylo Ren, right? And it's great, and I don't have it with me today, but you'll see it eventually. And so on TikTok, all the Star Wars content creators have these lightsabers, like the high quality ones. Most of them are from Ultra Sabers, and Ultra Sabers, they make high end lightsabers and also low end lightsabers. A lot of the TikTokers got the low end lightsabers. I mean, they're like under $100. But the thing with those is that they're built-in LEDs instead of a NeoPixel blade. So with the built-in, I'm gonna get real technical here.
This is what he did to me last night. I just mentioned, I was like, wow, there's a lot of people on TikTok with like ultra lightsabers. What the heck is with that? And then he goes, this is what he did last night to me.
So the NeoPixel blade is when the LEDs are actually in the blade. So when you press the ignition button, you see the ignite effect of the lightsaber. So it starts at the bottom and it goes up top. And with the NeoPixel blade, you have the clash effects, and you can do the blaster deflecting effects and everything because those lights are in the blade and the lights can change. With the built-in LEDs, it's basically like a flashlight in the lightsaber hilt. So I mean, when you click the button, it's instant because the speed of light is pretty quick. So you don't get the ignite effect and you don't get the retract effect. It's just like a flashlight, which I mean, it's cool and stuff. But the problem with that is that the light is so much brighter at the bottom of the blade than it is at the top of the blade. Mm-hmm. It's not a consistent lighting pattern like the NeoPixel blade. Are you listening to me?
Yeah.
Okay. But you can still get sound and stuff in the. I mean, I'm just trying to fill some time here, to be completely honest.
We don't need to. We're good.
You can still get sound effects and stuff in the built-in LED blades, but I mean, obviously the NeoPixel blades are cooler. But I mean, you can get a cheap Ultra Saber for $70, which I mean, it's not bad. If you, I mean, they're good for stunting and dueling and stuff too. So a lot of people like them for that. So anyway, but the Corbanth Saber, what I was talking about, which was an option for my unemployment money, it's like $800-900. But it's the most high-quality lightsaber you'll ever find. I would get an Obi-Wan Kenobi one.
800-900?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I'd get an Obi-Wan Kenobi one from Episode 3 because that's one of my favorite hilts.
Yeah.
And you can change the colors. You can get sound fonts and stuff for it, and it's insane. But the option I've settled on for my unemployment money, I'm just going to put it towards college.
Boo.
I know. It's boring, but it's the responsible thing to do. So, I'm. As much as I want a lightsaber, dude, I'm being responsible.
Nope. Can't do it.
Yeah, this kid bought a $2,000 gaming PC with his unemployment money.
Yep. I had to upgrade, man. I've had that old one for 7-8 years.
You even play PC?
Yeah.
Really?
I started playing it again because I bought a new PC. I built it too. It was actually pretty fun.
Congrats.
Except for all the issues I ran into. But we're not going to talk about that because...
Do you want to?
No, I really don't.
Okay.
I don't want to relive that. That was terrible.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
All right.
Speaking of gaming.
Yeah.
See that transition?
Yeah, transition. There you go.
We're see. Battlefront 2.
Star Wars Battlefront 2, it's 2015. EA.
2017.
2017.
It's dead.
Yeah. It has officially gotten his last update. I don't remember how
last
long ago.
Content drop. They're still...
Yeah. They have bugs.
Bug fixes. They're nerfing Vader and Kylo, which I don't like that they're nerfing Kylo because he's my main in that game, obviously. But I mean, they're only decreasing his frenzy damage by 10. So I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
No, not really.
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. I played the game.
Which it's a bummer because when you think where that game started and where it is now, it's the best gaming comeback in history.
Yeah, it grew so much, and even because the game came out in 2017, we weren't even getting the updates until 2019, late 2018.
Yeah,
because I bought it late or early 2019.
You got it in January.
Yeah, January, and that's when they just at that point they just added Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Mhm.
Like, how do you not have Anakin and Obi-Wan?
I mean, they were advertising too. It's like all 3 eras and stuff. Play as
Yeah.
heroes from all 3 eras, but the only prequel heroes they had at the launch were Yoda and Maul.
yeah.
It's like, what?
And they just added that in 2019 after the
Yeah.
game came out in 2017. That's crazy.
But
I mean, where it came from though, like
Yeah.
how it progressed is insane. The amount of content they got.
the game was thriving.
Yeah.
It's got a
basically
community.
felt like a brand new game.
Yeah, they had a strong community behind it. People, and they pulled the plug.
Just pulled the plug.
Which I'm wondering if it had anything to do with the coronavirus. Wouldn't surprise me.
I think it's more of the fact that they wanted to work on other games. Because, I mean, in the natural order of games, eventually you're going to get that last content update. They just don't go straight up and say, okay, this is it.
Yeah,
Have fun.
it was disappointing.
This one just straight up said, okay, we're done.
And then, I mean, yeah, all they did was add Scarif, the map.
Yeah, and
then
they added that from the original Battlefront.
They changed it, the layout.
And when we
still.
were playing it,
We played the daytime version, and it's like
it was not
it's
that good.
the colors are
colors
really
were
diluted.
Terrible. Yeah,
And
it didn't feel like all the other maps. Like it felt like it.
It was dull.
When they put it over onto Battlefront 2, they didn't change it
Yeah.
at all
Mhm.
with the graphics. They just, all right, it's fine. This is our last update. Who cares?
Mhm.
Okay.
And yeah, it was just dull and like almost foggy, and it just didn't look
It
good.
didn't look
We didn't
good.
play the sunset version though,
No.
which I'm sure that looks better. They also added Crate, the Heroes versus Villains, which has been in the game file since Crate was added in like
Doesn't
2018.
make any sense.
So why are they just now adding it? I don't know. I still haven't played it. I mean, I play the game every now and then. And I still haven't gotten to play on Crate yet, which I don't
Yeah.
understand. And then like, you would think that they would add, like Jin and Krennic with the Scarif update, but nope.
No.
The last heroes we ever got in Battlefront 2 2017 EA were BB-8 and BB-9E, and
The
what
best.
a bummer that is, because
Yeah, it's. What else did they add with that? They added some skins.
oh yeah, so they got Rey's yellow lightsaber from the Rise of Skywalker. They got Rey
Rey's
with the hood from the Rise of Skywalker. They got Kylo from the Rise of Skywalker with the hood, and then they added Darth Maul
From Rebels.
from Rebels. Which, listen to this. So they added, first of all, why the Rebels skin? Like
The
I
Rebel
get.
skin's the worst Darth Maul skin ever.
I get, they're doing original trilogy content, and like technically that's the original trilogy, right? Whoa, hang on, technical difficulties here.
What did you do?
I don't know. Anyway, I guess they wanted to add original trilogy content. You know how many cooler skins Maul has from the Clone Wars? It's insane.
We're getting that's one of the biggest things I was disappointed with this update is we thought, okay, the Clone Wars is coming out right now. They're gonna release Clone Wars content because that makes sense. That's what's happening right now. And then they don't.
They don't. How hard would it have been? We didn't even get 330-second clone skins.
I know. Like,
All you had to do was change the helmet of the 501st
to
skin,
orange.
and it's
It's like what?
how hard would that be?
Like, the modding community for this game is so much better than the actual developers for skins.
100%.
Like, what are you guys doing? Why are you slacking so hard?
It's bad. But anyway, get this, right? To unlock that Maul skin, you can't buy it in the shop because all the skins are free except for this one. You have to get 5,000 kills as Darth Maul.
Starting
Darth
as
Maul.
that right then and there.
Yeah, you start out at
all
0.
other kills didn't count.
You have to get
before
5,000 as Darth Maul. People were outraged.
Yeah,
I don't blame them. That is the
I don't
most
blame-
ridiculous
it's
challenge for a video game I've ever heard of in my
5,000.
entire life. They are changing it from
What? They're like 2,000.
5,000 as any dark side hero.
Oh, okay. That's
It's still
way
a
better.
grind,
Still a grind,
but
but
it's way better than.
'Cause especially when you have to fight everybody to play Darth
Yeah,
Maul.
you're just sitting in the menu spamming.
Yeah, like that's gonna be
Mhm.
terrible.
And your progress will transfer over. So like if you have 4,000 kills already, you'll still have 4,000 kills
Well, that's good.
after
at least.
the update. But I mean, who decided that'd be a good idea?
Yeah, like
to-
that doesn't.
I mean, are they trying to get people to keep playing their game because they know it's gonna die? I don't know, but that is asking way too much.
I mean, I was thinking about getting the new Maul skin until I realized you had to do that. I'm like, there's no way. I'm
Mhm.
not sitting there and grinding
Yeah.
to do that, especially when it's the Rebel skin. The Rebel skin looks garbage. Like,
It looks like, you know what it looks like? It looks like he's wearing like a bike bicycle suit.
Exactly. Like he's about to jump on his motorbike.
He's about to compete in the Tour de France, bro.
It just doesn't make any sense. The Clone Wars Darth Maul skin is honestly probably my favorite skin, where he has his robot legs, he has like the tunic, and it's like the deep V-neck.
Yeah,
I love that skin so
or
much.
shirtless Darth Maul with robot legs. That'd be sick.
Or him with a hood.
Yeah, from the Phantom Menace. I mean, like, you put a hood on Rey. Why can't you do it on Darth Maul?
Yeah.
Gosh, dude.
That was the one thing I liked about the Rey skin, though.
The Easter egg.
Is it wasn't you had to do the Easter egg
That was
to
fun.
get it. I thought that was cool.
And then also they added Palpatine's skin from the Rise of Skywalker.
Oh yeah.
With the red accents.
And that's what we wanted when the Rise of Skywalker came out.
Which I get they have to give time for people who haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, but could have given like a month or something.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
I'm glad we got Rey's yellow lightsaber though, because that's my favorite lightsaber in Star Wars.
Yeah.
And the noise it makes when you ignite it, dude.
Yeah, they put all their work into the
no,
lightsaber.
Literally, yeah, that's our theory is why the content sucks. Is because they put all their work effort into Rey's yellow lightsaber. Because you look at it, if you get up close, like in game, and look at it when she ignites it, you can see the kyber crystal flash blue, then flash green, then ignite yellow like it does in the movie. And it's like they really put all this attention to detail in there, and not. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. So that's Battlefront 2. Do you like the game anymore?
I mean, no. If I'm being completely honest, it was fun for a while, but it's just every time I play it, I'm just sitting there screaming at my TV because I'm dying in terrible ways, and it just feels so unbalanced because all you guys ever want to play is heroes versus villains. Which, don't get me wrong, I like heroes versus villains. I like playing as the heroes because like that's one of the best parts about Star Wars. But at the same time, the gameplay just feels so unbalanced.
I think you're just mad because you're bad.
Yeah, I know that's what you think.
Me and Garrison still play it all the time.
You guys play it.
We have a blast.
I don't know. I just get too mad at it now. I just can't.
It's because you're trash at the game.
I guess so.
All right. Well, we were gonna do this at the beginning, but we forgot. How's your quarantine life going?
Oh yeah. It's pretty all right. I rewatched all of Rebels, kind of like I said. I think I've been wanting to rewatch the last arc of the Clone Wars, but I started watching Rebels. I want to watch that back to back to back, like as if it was a movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like you said earlier, I got a better gaming PC.
Spent all his unemployment money.
Not all of my unemployment money. A chunk of it though.
Big chunk.
Well, that's what happens, going to quarantine.
Are you
on unemployment?
You losing your mind yet?
No, I'm fine. I mean, at this point in quarantine, it's almost like quarantine is kind of.
It's recommended.
It's
which
not enforced. It's not. I mean, I feel like it's a big reason why we're even doing this right now.
Yeah.
Is that my parents and your parents or whatever? Like, okay, yeah,
which
it's okay if you go out.
I still think people should social distance.
No,
stay inside as much as you can. Don't go out unless it's necessary.
And wear a mask.
Wear a mask. Keep your distance because I want this thing to end so we can go back to school.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we're doing our best to, keep apart and stay safe and healthy during this. We're not, we're being thoughtful and so don't come at us saying we're not social distancing because we are. We're being careful and thoughtful about it.
This is the longest couch we had.
But yeah, I mean, I'm back at work.
Yeah.
I've been working for like 3 or 4 weeks now, and thank goodness because I was starting to go crazy in the house. And
I don't know.
It's good for me to get out and do stuff. So
I'm fine. I've moved in. I switched rooms with my brother, and I moved into the basement where we're recording. My room's like literally just right there. And since I got that PC, and I just play video games and watch TV all day. But I mean, we're also moving houses soon, so I've been doing a lot of work around the house and like
keeping
there's
busy.
There's a lot of projects we have to do before we sell it. So
I just hope that people do their part, flatten the curve, social distance, do all that good stuff, so that this thing can be over. 100,000 deaths we just passed in the U.S. yesterday.
Is it really? Wow.
That's
I haven't
insane.
looked at the numbers.
And some people still don't think it's that big of a deal. Anyway, is that it? Is that going to do it for us?
I mean, I can't really think of any other Star Wars news, really.
I'm sure there is. We're just...
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can think of is that High Republic books
got pushed back.
Comics. But we already talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah.
A different episode.
I think those just got pushed back too
Did they?
because of the Rona. Oh, I ordered the. Took me 2 months, but I ordered the Rise of Skywalker novelization.
Yeah.
So it's gonna give me some good reading I can do.
And I don't even remember why I wanted to read it, but I wanted to read a certain part, and now I don't even remember why I wanted to read it. Like there was a part. It was the part with Han Solo. I want to see how they explain it.
Han Solo. Sorry. If I don't have one loud outburst during an episode, is it really an episode of Live at the Cantina?
Well, this isn't Live at the Cantina. This
It's
is
Live at the Quarantina. That's what we should title this episode.
That's what it's going to be
Live
titled.
at
I already
the
decided
Quarantina.
that.
Good. Good. I love it. Oh, can I have my Lego Star Wars back? Do you know where it is? Please tell me you know where it is. Okay. When we left college abruptly because of the Rona, my copy of Lego Star Wars was still in Noah's PlayStation, and he took it home with him.
Yeah,
and
I didn't realize it was in there.
It's been 2.5 months, and I haven't been able to play it.
Well, you have my copy of Revenge of the Sith.
I do.
For PS2. Where's that?
It's in my PS2 at home.
Why haven't you completed it yet?
Because I've been lazy. I'm almost done. I think the last mission I did was Anakin versus Mace Windu. So we're getting there.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot how to play the game, though. I was thinking about it. I'm like, I don't remember the buttons.
I hate when that happens with games. It's happened with me with God of War. I started playing that forever ago, and now I don't remember how to play it, and I'm afraid to go back.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of the same boat I'm in right now. Anyway, thanks for listening. If you're new here from TikTok, let us know in the comments. Follow us on Instagram at Live at the Cantina. You can follow both of us there as well. We got our personals linked in the bio.
We're also on Spotify.
Also on Spotify for you audio listeners. We appreciate you.
Thanks.
We appreciate it if you share this podcast around, especially if you're new. If you know people that like Star Wars, send them the link. You know, maybe they'll enjoy what we have to say. Maybe not. Who cares? I don't know. We just have fun with it.
Hopefully we can actually get more episodes out now.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully we're back because we were on a weekly
schedule,
which was nice. But now the world is upside down, so we can't really.
Yeah, and we also don't live together anymore.
Yeah, so it's been quite a wild, wacky time.
Zany.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good word. All right, so that's going to do it for this week's episode of Live at the Quarantina. Thanks for listening. If you made it this far, what's the hashtag for the YouTube comments?
Oh, geez, I don't know.
Oh,
we talked about a lot in this episode.
Did. Oh, it should be hashtag TikTok famous.
TikTok famous. All right, sure.
Okay. If you made it this far, drop hashtag TikTok famous down in the comments below. Thanks for listening. This has been Kevin.
And this is Noah.
And may the force be with you. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.